move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So we got 3 and 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll run with Booker. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now Carr, quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Johnny Holton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the silver and black continue to roll. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down throw, Simeon. Screen play, Anderson. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw on second is Simeon. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
All right, here we go.
Now it's Simeon off the bootleg. Going up top. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
It's really something, even when he's hitting these from distance, big-time distance, he manages to put them right down the middle, doesn't he?
No doubt about that one. Never a doubt. And this is no extra point. That's 50+. And that's the definition of splitting the uprights.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, kids. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And some room to roam now. Latavius Murray. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Latavius Murray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to float this one deep right. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. From the gun, it's Carr. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And some room to maneuver. And now look at him go. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he is going to be taken down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down, here's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale that time. And it's 3rd and short. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Murray, the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The safety, T.J. Ward, in on the stop.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And it's brought in by Washington. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland.
intangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new uniform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone out to the yap of a magpie, unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all that you do, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing a bee in a clot, distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light, I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize, I let my skills deteriorate. Horn about a thought of what I should have been, continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings, just to count your rings, just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings, just to count your rings, just to count your rings. Used to paint, hard to admit that I used to paint.
You thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon fangs spitting in my cup all night long. Wheel your tongue at my throne of power. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lose my mind. Oh, no. I bet you thought that I'd give up tonight. Oh, no. Bleeding knees, but honey, I can still cry. Oh, yeah. I'm going crazy to get out of this. Oh, yeah. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Broncos going up against the Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland, as we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, thank you very much. A steady shower falling right now, and that's going to be the norm throughout this one. We are told rain all over the radar here in Oakland. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West. between the Denver Broncos and the... Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Well, sometimes we talk running backs, sometimes we talk wide receivers. Walford, the tight end in this unit, very important.
Clive Walford, a terrific player. Knows how to work the inside portions of the field, but also can surprise you and get deep.
To throw, it's Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Here's Walford over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
DeMarcus Ware may be a veteran, but he's not just a wily one. He's a terrific producer. Still extremely difficult to block when he's rushing the passer.
Now Carr again. Flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Murray had the 1,000-yard season in 2015, followed that up with 788 last year. Now, also in the mix in Oakland, you had Washington, you had Richard. How do you see this backfield playing out going forward?
I think you'll see a similar combination going forward. I think that's one of the reasons that he dropped from a 1,000-yard runner to 788, because they had other options. They're able to bring in Washington, Richard. They can use different plays for those guys, a lot of versatility, and really upgrade their offense with an infusion of speed. But Latavius Murray, I think he'll still continue to be the lead guy out of that trio.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not getting too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Detroit! All right, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 30.
Back to the air, Simeon on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Malcolm Smith may have entered the league without a lot of fanfare, but how about it culminating with an MVP award in the Super Bowl?
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Simeon. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Khalil Mack. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. That's taken at around the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now here come the Raiders. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
We ready?
That was second down run for Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
All right, here we go.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On 2nd and 10, Simeon. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down.
No, check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. No, check. Patriot. Gun.
Just beating the play clock, Simeon. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr to throw on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and then even before we get to the draft, you start with the Combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And, yes, that is something Von Miller does very well. 13.5 sacks last year, second in the league, and was right in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Again. And if he plays full seasons or nearly full seasons, he'll be in that running for the rest of his career. I love his ability to bend coming around the corner, and sometimes we don't talk about that enough. His ability to have the best leverage, get lower than the offensive tackle, yet still running at full speed and wrapping his way around the corner and getting to the quarterback.
Derek Wolfe in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Marquette King now to kick it for Oakland. Fielded just inside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Let's go! 3-19!
Simeon on first down. Left side here to Sanders. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Sanders, the former SMU product, had 79 catches last year, over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. They're going to need more of him in Denver if they want to get back into the playoffs.
Part of a great tandem, he and Demaryius Thomas, and Demaryius plays out wide. He's one of those guys that you send him out there and let him work one-on-one. He uses his big body, his big frame to get open. Manuel Sanders, he has the ability to work inside as well. And he's not just quick, he's also fast, and he's dependable for a quarterback because a lot of the routes he runs are right in the sight line. Easy throws for a QB.
Simeon now to throw. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. On 1st and 10, Simeon. And his pass incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Screen play, Anderson. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Drops it underneath for Booker. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking.
It's caught inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll run Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go. 3-19.
Here's Simeon now on second down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And McManus able to put it through, and that will make it 6-0. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he rifles one incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's third down. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. To throw is Simeon. A dump off to Anderson. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll be first down, Denver.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a first down throw, Simeon. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Simeon. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dan Williams able to get in there and drop him behind the line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on third down, Simeon. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Let's go. Green.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Simeon going right side here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Murray, the lone setback. To throw his car. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
We ready?
Now Carr on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
He goes underneath for Anderson. And down he'll go at the 25. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. From the gun on third, Simeon. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Mario Edwards in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Now making their way toward the huddle. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, But we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Throwing now is Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Murray, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When we did DeMarcus Ware's games in Dallas, didn't we spend most of the time talking about him rushing the passer?
We did, and how about now?
Oh, boy, he's expanded his game in a big way. Really does a great job in the run game now, using his length, using his leverage to hold the point of attack and make plays as we just saw there.
On second down, here's Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Again, it's Murray. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have drawn even here, and they can take the lead with the extra point to come. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Simeon, left side here to Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And they're going to speed things up here. Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play, that's going to hurt.
Third down now, C.J. Anderson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, it's Simeon. Screen play, Anderson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Here we go now.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Room here to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
And depending on the type of screen called, especially when you're throwing it with one of your wideouts, it's different blocking. Sometimes you get great blocking from the other wide receivers helping you. And how about sometimes getting it from the offensive linemen who sell it like a regular screen pass and then get out in front of the receiver and help him get downfield.
And Simeon's going to sneak it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though. Hindsight's 20/20.
20/20 and never defeated.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, they paid the guys on defense as well. They were prepared and really executed and caused a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak. That's really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. When we see losses of yardage on a QB sneak, a little surprise, a head-scratcher. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Anderson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in from a yard out. And now the Broncos are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
All right, now look at 56. All right, here we go. 56.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
All right, here we go. 188. Hey, we're going to rally.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Ten yards to go on 3rd. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that's complete to Walford. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. DeMarcus Ware in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Play action. Now Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has kept the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Carr going to try and throw on third down. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Carr going to look to throw. Throw left side to the tight end, Walford. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Simeon now to throw. His throw incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Obviously a tough spot here. They need a lot of luck to win this game, but still a small chance.
They've got to make sure they get the ball to the sidelines, get out of bounds, preserve clock.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. He's got time. He's got his man here. It's Green. Give him 25 yards on the play there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And now they're in the hurry-up. Simeon. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by David Amerson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for his tight end that time, Michael Rivera. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Marquette King now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Were you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice, got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.